friends, hi, how are you? Hopefully you're doing well on this wonderful day. My name is Liz, nice to meet you. I saw this post, it's gonna be on the screen, on the K-pop thoughts Reddit. I believe this is what it was on, I believe so. No, this was on the unpopular K-pop opinions Reddit, which are similar Reddits, but whatever. Basically say that boy groups are easier to stand than girl groups for them personality-wise. What they say is they get a vibe that it's easier, it's more natural and chill for them to get into boy groups when it comes to their personalities, getting to know their personalities, this, that, and the third. But they say for girl groups it's a little bit more formal and they look somewhat held back. Kind of low-key agree with them, but the thing is, for me personally, I find that lately it's just hard for me to get into any K-pop group nowadays. Like, aside from the core ones that I stand that like I'm really into, the last group that I got into was Stray Kids, and that was around last year, but that was after months and months of wanting to stand and just not doing it. I very rarely get into a group, like a new group, instantly. Like, I think the last group that I got into that was new, that was an instant thing, was Luna. But even then, I low-key started standing, like, I think around the time Olivia, I had either just had her solo song, or it had been out for a while. I think Olivia's song was one of the first songs that I listened to. Either way, Luna hadn't fully debuted yet. They were still in the pre-debut stage. So, I guess you could say it wasn't like an instant stan, because I hadn't been there the entire time throughout the pre-debut phase, but you know what I mean? I do remember watching the Egoist music video, and I think I watched Heart Attack after that. And then I watched like previous music video or whatever, and I immediately got sucked into the universe. So I instantly started standing. Like, it took me a couple days before I knew everybody's name, and I got really into them, and I was watching all the music videos, and I was watching like the fucking get to know videos and all that stuff. I got super into Luna. But that was kind of like a unique case. I find that for me personally, when I start to stan groups, it takes me a minute. Like, I feel like when I was younger, it was so much easier for me to be like, oh, new group just debuted, listen to their song, I really like this, I'm gonna start standing now, let me listen to everything. Nowadays, it's like, I'll listen to one song, and if I like it, I'll keep it. But am I standing? Not necessarily. Like, for example, ENHYPEN, when I did my ENHYPEN / Treasure video, I downloaded those Treasure songs and I downloaded ENHYPEN's EP. I still have not listened to ENHYPEN's EP aside from Give and Taken. I still have not listened to any other Treasure song besides those 3 that I listened to in that music video and I downloaded. And that's pretty much it. It'll take me months and months before I finally go, okay, now I'm gonna do it, and I'm just gonna take the deep dive, and whatever happens, happens. It just takes me a minute. You understand their point, like where they're coming from. I do find that it's harder for female idols to fully be themselves without being ridiculed in a certain way. You usually don't see, well, it depends on the girl group, of course, but you usually don't see girl groups tend to come out of their shell up until a couple months, not even a couple months, after a couple years of them being like a group and they like solidify themselves as who they are. Then you start to see like their actual personalities come out. You saw it a lot even back in the day. I feel like when I first got into Girls' Generation and I remember watching all of those old variety shows and everything like that, Sohyun was so like, she seemed so shy and so timid and so like held back. She didn't really speak that much, and when she did, she was funny, of course, but she just never really spoke that much. She was just known as the shy maknae. But then as she got older and as Girls' Generation became the global phenomenon that they are, she got out of her shell and she is the person that she is now. I don't know if that was because she was given that image and they told her to keep that image of being the shy maknae per se, and as she got older, she was like, fuck that, I'm gonna be whoever the fuck I want to be because I'm a grown-ass woman. You do see that stuff kind of happen, and it does, I can see how that would make it harder for someone to stan a girl group when you feel like you can't get a full grasp on their personalities because they're holding themselves back for fear of anybody, not even just netizens or whoever, anybody being like, that's weird. Meanwhile, on the boy group side, it's easier for a boy group to be wild, chaotic, out of pocket, and people be like, yeah, I fuck with that, I love that. As opposed to a girl group, if they were loud, chaotic, people kind of look at them sideways. And again, not even just fucking netizens, international fans do that shit too. Like, people will look at a boy group being chaotic and be like, oh, I love that. People look at a girl group being chaotic and be like, they're doing too much. People used to do that with Mamamoo. I don't know if they still do that now. There were a lot of people who felt like Mamamoo were doing too much because they were just too chaotic and trying too hard, even though they were just being themselves. It's like, low-key a double standard, low-key some internalized misogyny. Y'all don't want female idols to act out of the way that you think female idols should act. Low-key a conversation that could be had about how some of you guys are international fans but still holding Korean idols to that same standard that Korean fans do. And I do understand that Korean fans or K-pop idols are Korean, and therefore the way that Korean fans react to them and the way Korean the Korean entertainment industry reacts to them is significantly more important than the way we react to them, because that's, you know, that's them, like they're Korean. But I just kind of low-key be finding it weird when y'all, as people who are not Korean, who are not from Korea, will be like, this female idol is acting weird and she's being weird and trying too hard, and that's not cool. Women shouldn't act like that. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you are born in fucking California. Why are you acting like women should fucking be soft and modest and not? You know what I mean? I don't know. That could just be me reaching. That's just like a personal opinion of mine. Don't take that as fact. Nobody fucking, you know, take that shit and run with it. It's just a personal opinion of mine. Okay to think for yourselves. Like, I don't always agree with what Korean fans say about certain idols. I understand that it's different, but me personally, I'd be like, I wouldn't really give them no shit over that. You know, you could argue that maybe there's some internalized misogyny within the idea that you can't stand girl groups the same way that you stand boy groups, but I do feel like there's a slight difference in the way that boy groups are marketed as opposed to girl groups are marketed. That's pretty much it. I didn't really want this video to be super duper long. I didn't have a lot to say. You guys can let me know in the comments what you guys think of it. I'm gonna try to find the post and I'm gonna link it in the description. If I don't link it there, I'm gonna find it. If I don't find it, my bad. I low-key might forget, but not that I have the type of clout on here to, you know, send people to do shit. But I do encourage you guys, if you want to go look through these Reddits or whatever, don't go fucking looking for those people and like trying to talk shit or nothing like that. Like, it's really not that big of a deal at the end of the day. Like, we just talking shit is fine. If you disagree with their opinion, that's cool. You can just move on. You don't need to. With that, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video because now it's getting awkward and I don't know what else to say. So I'm just gonna end the video. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you did enjoy it, I'd appreciate it a bunch. If you gave it a like, if you would like to subscribe, I'd appreciate that as well. Also, down there will be links in the description regarding everything that's going on in the world. Very important links. So if you guys would like to check those out, they will be down there. Also in the description will be links to my Discord and my social medias, and also a link to join the channel if you would like to be a member. If you would like to be a Darling Dorko, feel free to join. I'd appreciate it. Shout out to the members that we do have. I appreciate you guys a bunch. I'm working on member exclusive content. I've got some ideas. I'm gonna talk to y'all about it. Y'all see. We'll see. With that, I'm gonna go ahead and go because I'm starting to develop mush mouth. I think it's because I'm hungry. And yeah, I'm gonna go. So, thanks for watching. Bye.